There you go. We'll get everything to you on your inbox, but most importantly, pass it to your team after this is done. There's certainly dialogue that can happen. All the contact information for Justin and Zach will be on there. Let's continue this. This is what we generally do for usually a couple week period of time. We talk about this product, and then we'll be in full support of jobs that are out there, questions that are asked today, and just want everybody to feel, you know, that they've got somebody to contact, and let's have this deeper discussion. All right. So who am I passing off to? Who's taking the baton today? Justin, or is this gonna be Zach?
Yeah.
All right, man. Zach, it's great to work with you. Take it away, buddy. You got the floor.
Awesome. Great. Can you see that Doorbird logo there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. So hello, I'm Zach Zarcone, account manager with Doorbird. I'm going to be taking you through some of these slides today and talking about our products, and we'll just jump into it. I'm going to do an introduction, kind of talk about the basics of Doorbird for anyone that's not familiar, get you up to speed a little bit. We'll jump in, talk about some of our products, more specifically specific models, multi-tenant, single occupant stuff. We'll look at our website and our custom builder and all the different aspects to speccing out Doorbird, learning about Doorbird, and becoming familiar with our product line. So with that, I'll give you a little background. Doorbird is a German company. It's been around for about 7 years now, founded in 2014. We are headquartered in Berlin and San Francisco. I myself am in San Francisco, and we are expanding to Jacksonville pretty soon as well. So exciting time for growth. So our whole thing with Doorbird is that you never miss a visitor, right? So you have that remote connectivity to your front door or gate. And this is done through our app, our mobile app, and our hardware. So these two things work together to create that complete experience that Doorbird is known for. Speaking a little bit more about our app, it's available on iOS and Android. It's completely free. It can work on up to 8 smart devices per door station. You can open relays remotely, open doors and gates remotely, talk to your visitors and see them in live video. You can do all this remotely on either cellular or Wi-Fi, and you can configure the door station too, like setting parameters and creating PIN codes and things like that, all remotely. And right now there are no fees for our app use at all, which is really nice. So that is one part of our system. The basic functionality of this is someone will walk up to your front door or gate, push that call button there, and that will send a push notification to your cell phone, your smart device, in which case you can see the video, initiate two-way audio, and then trigger a relay to open a gate or a door. As I previously mentioned, this can be done over 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi, any internet connection provided end-to-end travels through the internet. It can also work on a local area network as well if they're on the same network. So this is all an IP-based product, right? So we're talking about network support here and using the internet to communicate and giving you that remote functionality. So that's the basic functionality, high-level overview of kind of the ethos of our system, if you will. Looking at our hardware a little bit more, it's completely weatherproof. It's IP65. It's rated for wind, rain, snow, high heat, freezing cold. We have Doorbirds installed all over the world, from northern Canada to parts of the Middle East and northern Africa. So our product is designed to withstand those very harsh conditions. Some features that are common to a lot of our door stations include HD video, either 720 or 1080p, night vision, so there's infrared lights around those cameras. Two-way audio is standard with noise reduction and enhanced audio chips for loud, clear audio. 4D motion sensor, which is configurable. We'll get into that in a moment. Some of our door stations have RFID readers, and we can see these little RFID fobs that can be handed out to tenants. Some have keypads for access using keypads that are configurable and schedulable. Some of our larger door stations have LCD directories for listing tenants. As I previously mentioned, they're all IP65 rated for exterior use. You can deliver power over Ethernet. They feature relay control, so all of our exterior door stations have at least one relay on them for triggering a door or gate. They have EXT inputs as well for third-party access control device, like a push to exit button or similar. And then we have multi-tenant options from 2 up to 100 tenants. And we'll dive a little bit more deeper into that shortly. So of all these features, I kind of like to highlight our 4D motion sensor, which is a really fun thing that you can configure remotely, but you can configure it for distance and direction of movement. So you can really customize how this motion sensor responds to motion. It can be set for up to 30 feet or 10 meters to be triggered, and for traffic moving away from the motion sensor or towards the motion sensor. So if you live on a busy street or close to a sidewalk, you'll want to custom tailor your motion sensor so that it's not being triggered and creating false alarms, right? So that helps kind of explain what the 4D is in that motion sensor. Probably our second most, if not first most important aspect of our Doorbird is our security and our history with that, and that it's very secure, right? So we have all these features. They're moving over the internet through the cloud. So there is the risk of, any type of security threat, but we haven't had any issues with that because we have extremely strict guidelines. All our stuff is developed in accordance with the GDPR, which is a set of German regulations for security standards. We have no breaches to date. We use proprietary servers, and we don't share data. We have no incentive to sell it. So we keep all of our users' data completely secure. Security, we have fail-safe, fail-secure relays, end-to-end encryption, bank level security standards, so the best security we can get on this information traveling over IP. And we have physical hardware to even relocate relays. So we're not even talking about cybersecurity here, we're talking about physical security as well. And we'll get into more of that when we look at some of our accessories. In terms of privacy, no unauthorized access to user feeds. So we don't have access to those cameras to watch at any time, and neither is anyone else except for the user. No partnerships with law enforcement, which is something to throw in there. You'd see that with Ring or some of those Amazon products. And Doorbird does not access stored user video. So that's all there just for the user. And audio is never recorded, even if video is recorded on our cloud. If that's a feature that you have, we don't record audio with that because there are laws set up around that to prevent that from happening. So that's just a brief overview of some of our security features. If you have more questions about that, we'd be happy to answer them as well. So kind of jumping back towards our hardware, a lot of times we get questions. People are like, what's D21 KV? What's the K? What's the V? So I kind of wanted to break that down for you guys a little bit just because it comes up so often, and just kind of talk about our nomenclature and kind of the method behind the madness in how we name and address the models of each Doorbird. So for example, the D2101 KV right here is one of our most popular door stations. And this is a very common phrase we hear a lot, is D2101 KV. So what does that mean? D is for door station, and the D21 series features 2 relays. So these together form a series of products called the D21 series that all feature 2 relays, an RFID module, video, audio, motion sensor. Typically, the second set of numbers in a model number is the number of call buttons, right? So D2101 is the single call button we see here. D2102 would be 2 call buttons. 03, 04 on up, as you can imagine, multiple call buttons featured here. The K is for keypad, V is for vertical. Sometimes you'll see KH, H is for horizontal. So V or H are just denoting the form factor here. So while this may look pretty cryptic, there is intention behind it. So I hope that kind of dispels a little bit of our model numbers for you. D21 series, 01 being the number of call buttons, K for keypad, V for vertical. So another question that comes up all the time is, how big is this device? Or I think the D101S is your smallest device. Myth. And I'm here to bust that myth, because the D1101V is our smallest door station. And as you can see, they just get a little bit larger as we climb up towards our multi-tenant options. So I put this together to kind of share with people, and just so it helped me when I was learning the product. And then I just started to share with people, and everyone's like, I want to see more of that slide. So it really does help kind of share that and really visualize how large or small these door stations are. And I thought a universal comparison would be to a soda can. So take it as you will, but here is a size comparison, and I can share this with people if they want it, if they'd like to look at it, because it does help sometimes. I know, especially in a residential format, single occupant, some people want the smallest thing possible. Our D1101V here is the closest we're going to get to the size of like a Ring or a Nest or something that's just like a straight ahead, simple IP doorbell. And that's about 6 inches tall, a few inches wide. All right. Speaking about that door station, that small little guy, we're going to have a closer look at that here. So this is the D11 series. It features one relay. It has PoE input and Ethernet input there for data and power. It has a push to exit or EXT input, as we call it, for a third-party access control device. And it has a standalone power supply as well. So you can deliver power via transformer or power over Ethernet. These Phoenix terminals are clearly labeled here, nice and clean. And you can see some examples of this product to the left. We have a surface mount version in stainless and bronze, as well as a flush mount version here. Flush mount version has the same exact module. So these are the same exact product, just the form factor is a little bit different. There being more stainless steel on the faceplate for the flush mount version. It's worth saying that these are also Wi-Fi compatible. These are 2 of 3 of our Wi-Fi compatible devices. This is by far the best bang for your buck because it is our latest and greatest technology. You're getting 1080p HD video, robust two-way audio, 4D motion sensor, modern backlit call button. You have access control here with these relay control. It's a bistable latching relay. So that means it can do momentary or latching. So it could work on an auto gate or pedestrian gate, front door, back door, whatever the application. So yes, D1101V, latest and greatest technology, kind of our simplest product. Moving on, this door station grows up a little bit and earns a keypad. So this is also a great driveway auto gate option. It's that same module we were just looking at, same exact inputs on the Phoenix terminals there, but now with this keypad for that access there. This keypad can be scheduled. You can create PIN codes remotely, share them with guests like landscapers, cleaners, friends, family, what have you. This is available in flush mount and a surface mount as well. The surface mount being a great option because it comes with a back box and a hood. So this is a standalone, or I should say complete package with the back box and hood on this D1101KH. And the difference, there's 2 options on this: classic call button or modern call button. So this is a really popular option for a lot of people. And it is worth noting that it is hardwire only. So it does need to be connected via Ethernet. Okay, so now we're going to compare a little bit more this D1101V versus the D101S. So for those of you that have been hip to Doorbird for the past 3, 4, 5, maybe longer number of years, you're probably very familiar with this D101S. It was very popular, still is, and it is a great, simple, budget-friendly doorbell option. However, its successor, the D1101V, has eclipsed it for many reasons, and I know more people are, kind of slower to adopt it because they have relied on the D101S for so long. But I kind of want to shed some light on why the D11 or D1101V is a superior product in that it has higher resolution video, it has clearer, louder audio, it has a new 4D motion sensor. So those that are familiar with this D101S have probably seen this motion sensor over time get pushed in and kind of break down because people think it's a call button. So we decided to flatten it out and give it a little bit more customability with its sensitivity. So we talked about the 4D motion sensor, and you see it here in that black square. You get a modern backlit call button that could be customized with a little name tag, and it has an actual 1/8 inch thick stainless steel front panel. So it's not only, the guts of this thing are more modern, it's a stronger device physically. It has this thick stainless steel on there. So it's going to be a little bit more strong down the line. It's surface mount, flush mount, and there's an angle mount available. So this D101S was only surface mount. This new D11 can be surface mount or flush, so giving you some more form factor options. And the image has a wide dynamic range, so it's going to react a little bit more depending on the light. And then of course, smaller form factor, which was commonly overlooked by a lot of people, thinking the D101S was the smaller. So this one is the smaller option here. Main takeaways: newer technology, smaller form factor, stronger build quality. Great. So piggybacking off that D1101 is an upgrade. So if you've really been around for a while, for the past 7 years at Doorbird, you might recognize this device. And these were really common as well, the D201 or D202, and I still find them on the street all the time. But a lot of people are craving something a little bit newer and kind of bringing them into the most latest technology we offer. So we created this upgrade. It is a direct upgrade for this older product, featuring our new module. It's really straightforward. You pull the old one out, you put in the new one, you're using the old back box, but the whole module and everything is upgraded. So keep in mind, the D1101 UV is a great upgrade for existing Doorbird customers if they have this older device. Speaking of hybrid upgrades, one of our most latest and exciting products is our D1812, right? So we're coming in, we're kind of trying to disrupt some of that Doorking market with this 1812, specifically designed to replace 1812s that are out there existing on pedestals all around those neighborhoods where they've been the ubiquitous solution for the past 20, 25 years, right? So if you have someone who has an 1812 and they're using, a landline, and they want to go remote and use an app and kind of, into the 21st century with their intercom, this is a great solution for that. We sell just this faceplate alone, with the module in there, with the keypad and audio. It fits right into the existing Doorking back box, and just needs to connect over IP, download the Doorbird app, and you have that full experience. So a really nice hybrid upgrade. It works with the existing Doorking phone system in the event that they still want that landline available, but you're getting all the latest and greatest Doorbird features here with HD video, loud clear two-way audio, 4D motion sensor, RFID and keypad access control. This unit actually has 3 bistable relays and a weekend output, which is those 2 things are new for us. It's the most relays we've ever put on a door station, and the weekend output is a first for us. And again, this is a hardwire only scenario. So if you have existing Doorking customers that want to upgrade, look at the Doorbird D1812. That's exactly what this product is designed to do. And I'm going to now take it over and play a little video for you guys. So let me just do that now. Oops, let's go here and make sure you hear that.
Not hearing it, Zach.
Okay, hold on. You may just need the video part of it.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get the audio to transfer, but
yeah. Okay, so let's get back over here. Let's share, stop share. Sorry, I'm going to jump back into this in just a moment. Okay. Ah, okay. Well, I hope you guys saw that video. I know you might not have heard it, but maybe you saw it.
We saw it. You know,
Okay.
if there's anything, you can mention any takeaway here, but we can see your slide deck now.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that was just an overview of the features. And with that, I'm going to jump over to another great gate solution, which is the D2101KV. And this is also a 2 relay keypad option. So the D1812 is great for Doorking replacements, but if you want a standalone Doorbird option, the D2101KV is going to be your go-to. This is probably our best seller for gates because it has keypad, relay access control, RFID, and now this new product, it has 2 call buttons on it, so it works for a multi-tenant scenario as well. And I'm pretty sure you guys at Snap are pretty familiar with this, as it is one of our best sellers. So piggybacking off of that, you know, this gets us into like the multi-tenant world, where we have a myriad of options. Units with individual call buttons, and then units with digital displays and keypad control. So these units up here are standard production items, whereas these ones outlined in blue would be custom builds, but it's certainly possible. And then, of course, for those larger MDU multi-tenant options, we have these units with displays on them that can hold up to 100 tenants. And then we can custom build out multi-tenant options with displays as well, custom colors and things like that, which are really fun. And we're going to kind of jump into our configurator solution in a little bit. But I kind of just wanted to highlight that we do have this custom design tool. So if someone's looking for a bespoke option that'll match like the exterior of their building, or a gate, or some type of contrasting color to their home or business, we can do that. We can do a custom amalgamation of different call buttons and features. One of the biggest things that we can do in our configurator is postal lock, cutouts for postal lock, cutouts for fire key, Knox locks, things like that. And that's all possible in our configurator, which I will show you a little bit more in a moment. One thing that comes up a lot is, what accessories do I need with this Doorbird? So for the D21 series, as of August 2nd, we kind of broke out some of those items and became a la carte, if you will. So you can buy the door station, but then you have to select a back box, an optional protective hood, and then optional power supplies. So we have been fielding a lot of questions lately, like what's included, what's not, and I want to dispel that a little bit. And just say that back boxes, protective hoods, and power supplies are sold separately for the D21 series. I'm sure most of you are up to speed on that, but if not, that's kind of how we're doing things now. So for that bestseller D2101KV, you're going to see that on its own. You have to choose a back box, flush mount, or surface mount, and then the optional protective hood and power supply. So I can show you how to find those things on our website if you're trying to spec that out for a customer. We'll do that in a moment. So some of our accessories here that are super popular. This is our Wi-Fi IP door chime. It can be hardwired as well. It's super easy to just pair that with any door station. It can be paired with multiple door stations, and it's very loud, so it works really well in commercial settings just as much as it does in residential. And you can, of course, adjust that volume and choose from about 50 different tones. Our IP IO controller, I kind of alluded to this when I talked about some of our security features. So this is essentially just a controller with 3 relays and 2 inputs on there that you can use to relocate relays, either for security reasons to put it behind a gate, or for proximity issues. If you wanted to put this in an IT room or closet where you have more of your network gear and stuff like that, but you need those relays available. This essentially sits on the same network as the door station out front and expands its relay inputs, or outputs rather. So this door controller is like a remote relay controller. So really great, can work in a pinch and kind of expand the options or limitations of a door station. Speaking of that, the 2-wire Ethernet PoE converter, this is an awesome little device that'll actually convert power and Ethernet over 2-wire back to Ethernet. So it's got an Ethernet in on the transmitter and Ethernet out on the receiver. And in between that is just these Phoenix terminals for like any 18.2 or 2-wire. Does not need to be twisted pair, and that will send power and data up to 260 feet. So I know people that just keep these in their vans and their trucks, even if they're not working on a Doorbird specifically, because this will work with you know, any other gear. You know, it's just converting power and Ethernet over 2-wire up to about 260 feet. And then our little RFID key fob, which this is our new RFID key fob that also features DesFire. It's a new different protocol that is now supported by the D1812. And it also supports our 125 kilohertz 64-bit credentials for our RFID readers. And the other accessory worth mentioning is our indoor station. So this would be a desktop or wall mounted video intercom, pretty much a physical version of our app. It has all that functionality in there in terms of seeing live video, triggering relays, talking to your guests. It also has a chime built in behind the speaker grill, LED strip. This item can be paired with multiple Doorbirds, and it even has relay inputs on the back as well as EXT inputs as well. So you can even control doors and gates directly from this unit. You can wire them to this or control them remotely. My favorite feature about this indoor station is that once it's paired with a Doorbird, it can also be on an exterior location. So it could be on a different network, not exterior, in a different interior location, I should say. So it could be on a different network, like at an office, or if you had a Doorbird at your commercial place, you could have this at a residence connected to the same Doorbird. So a lot of options with this indoor station, which is really nice. Worth mentioning some of the smart home solutions that we integrate with. So, you know, home automation platforms, smart locks, NVR systems, all these different logos that we have either official native integrations with or third-party drivers that can aid in that connectivity and make that happen. And we're always exploring new ones. I feel like we're adding some to these almost weekly, but at least monthly. We're always adding new Connect partners. So I'm going to hop over and show you our website in a bit. It's a great resource for manuals, more installation videos, integration manuals, data sheets, technical support resources, and that sort of thing. So let's do that now. Hold on just a moment. Let's go there. All right. Can you guys see our website? Let me jump back.
Yeah, we can see. Yep.
Okay, great. So I guess I'll just take you from, if you were to go to our website, you know, for the first time and kind of how to navigate to some of these features. So this is our, you know, landing page here. Products is where you're going to be able to see all of the products if you need to learn more about them. You know, we were talking about the D2101KV. We see that right here. So this is where you would, you know, find that door station. And then if you need to find the housings and the panels for this, you're going to scroll back up and, well, where did it go? Let's see. There it is. That housings and panels button right there. That's going to take you to all the back boxes for each door station, as well as the protective hoods, flush mount back boxes, face plates. So all these additional items, you'll find these under housings and panels within our web shop here. So I get a lot of questions, you know, if I'm buying a D2101KV, what do I need with it? We talked about that. The most common is this surface mount back box here that a lot of people will need if you're going to put it on a pedestal or mount it to stand off from a wall. So you'll find that under housings and panels. Of course, you have our accessories here, the chime we were just talking about, IO controller, 2-wire Ethernet converter. You're going to find that under accessories, and the indoor station, add-ons, different things here, spare parts. So all this can be found under our products page and just by clicking through these tabs and locating those products as needed. If you're on any page on our website and you scroll all the way down, you can find our support page. And our support page is chock full of different resources like how-to videos, installation manuals, unboxing stuff, pre-recorded webinars, and all these different resources that you might need for some of your clients and customers looking to learn more about Doorbird, or for yourself. A lot of these how-to videos are really helpful. I almost recommend coming here before calling us or calling tech support, just because this stuff's already produced. It's ready to go. It's really concise and comprehensive, which is great on how to configure a lot of these different devices, peripherals, and so forth. And while I'm here, I'm actually gonna click on this installation for the D1812, so you can get an idea kind of the ease of this hybrid upgrade for the D1812. Okay. Let's see here. Justin, did you want to attend this little video and talk about this a bit?
All
Or
right.
do you want me to?
Yeah, Zach, if you can stop your share, I'll play the video right now.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, go for it. Cool. So as you can see, that's super easy to install, to swap out. Thank you for sharing that, Justin. The music really makes it. I'm glad you did that. Cool. So I'm back on my browser here. Hope you can see that. I'm going to continue taking through our website a little bit. And that was just a great example of the kind of install and helpful videos you can find on our support page. The other thing I wanted to touch on, which seems to be growing in popularity and what's really awesome, is our configurator. So this is a custom design tool. If you have a client that's looking for something, bespoke, we talked about colors, an amalgamation of different products or modules and stuff like that. This is a really great tool for that. Let's see. And this is what that looks like. So you can really go through here. You can load some kind of prefabricated designs. One that's really popular is like what would be a D2103 KV, or a 3-call button with a keypad kind of unit here. And you can just click configure. It's essentially pre-made, ready to go. And you can just change the color on that. If to something, be it stainless, you can remove things, you can add things. It's really kind of a fun thing to play around with, even if you don't have a certain project you need to use it on right now. But it can do flush mount units. It can do surface mount units, front panels for retrofitting. Like I said, one of the most popular things on here is probably these postal locks and fire keys. So, we're out here in Northern California. The fire key is almost a requirement at a lot of properties. Postal locks are super popular around the city. So if you need to, you can build something for a customer that has a cutout for that. And it's not just a hole, but it also has the posts. So the postal lock can mount in the back of there. You just provide a micro switch going into the relay. It's pretty straightforward, and the fire key as well. So it's kind of just a drag and drop kind of experience here. It's really easy to work with. And you could always call us and be like, hey, I need X, Y, and Z. We're happy to build it for you, build it out, send you a drawing, a CAD drawing of that with a write-up. And all projects are saved up to a year. So if it's like new construction, you have something, maybe they're not even building it or roughing it out until next summer, you can build a project now and it'll be good for a year. So you have that time. So yeah, play around with this a little bit. Let us know what you think of it. We're always adding features, refining it, and we're happy to hear your feedback and help you with it. So that's our configurator. And what else on our website? We've got products, configurator, and support page. Those are pretty much the big three. Those are the best resources, I think, that are on there. So with that, we're going to bring it back and just give you a little bit of news and updates as to what's going on with us. As I alluded to at the beginning of this presentation, we are opening an office in Jacksonville, which is super exciting. Justin's going to be leading that. And we have 2 new sales roles and a new technical support person joining us there. So hoping to expand our presence on the East Coast. And just as of recently, we have servers in US and Australia online and operating. This is going to increase hardware and app performance across all devices. So that means we'll have servers in US, Australia, and Germany, covering the globe more efficiently and making our devices more reliable. So that's what's new with us. And then what's coming soon is increased directory size on our multi-tenant modules. So right now they're limited to 100, but that'll be increasing to at least 200 directory listings. We have a standalone RFID reader keypad combination coming, which is a huge thing for us. We've been working on for a while. There's been a lot of demand for that. So expanding our access control options. We have new D11s with keypads and multiple call buttons coming. New indoor stations that can flush mount, not just those white surface mount ones you saw. And we'll be at ISC East in November. I think the teen week of November will be out there in New York at the Javits Center. So if you are in that area or you plan on going to that, stop by the booth, say hi. We'd love to meet you, chat about Doorbird, learn what kind of projects you're working on. And that's pretty much all I have. So thank you. That's me, Doorbird account manager, Zach. So feel free to reach out if you need anything, but I'd like to open it up to questions and chat a little bit about anything you guys want to know.
Yeah, it seems like Justin's been busy on the back end, like 15 questions. Are you still going through them, or do you want to kind of maybe bring them to the forefront and go through it live?
Yeah, there's a good amount of those I think we would like to answer live, so we can just start going down the list, Gary.
Search in YouTube how to
All
pair
right.
your station.
So that first question there is asking about the pros and cons of integration with Control4. To be perfectly honest and transparent, I don't know of a lot of cons of integration with Control4, but obviously we do have a lot of pros. And if you don't know, that integration has been redeveloped. It's solid, it's reliable. What you're bringing to the Control4 installation is a beautiful aesthetic with our products. Obviously, keypad control when that's needed, and all of the other Doorbird IP technology.
The device should pop up.
You know what I
Which
could do?
cameras-
I
Go ahead.
can throw them at you and put you on the hot seat. Yeah, let's try to stump them. No, I'm just teasing. All right, Blake, thank you for the question. And obviously a Snap One affiliated question. Which models can be integrated with the Luma NVR to record the camera?
Yeah, so and just to confirm, while this question was posted here, I did confirm with tech support. Pretty much all of our products right now are integrated with Luma NVR. So there's no door station that works and another doesn't. They're all compatible.
Thanks, Blake. And if you need further help with that, with anything Luma, obviously get in touch with us. And just curious, have you tried that already? And if were there any issues? Greg Miller, when is the D1812 available? You might have covered that already, Zach.
So that's going to be back in stock on the 20th of this month, which is super exciting. It's been about 4 months we've been building up to, kind of waiting on some things, but they're going to start shipping out. Anything that's backward will ship out on the 20th. And then from there, it should be in stock, ready to go. So that's, what's today, the 13th, 7 days, 8 days. Yeah, it'll ship out.
Justin, if you didn't already place it as a to be answered live, have you gotten Tom's question already?
Yeah. Oh man, this is this is a common question, and happy to say that Volume Snap One, you guys should be having your D1812s pretty soon. So if you haven't already ordered one, you want to order one, I would do it now. I would do it right away because they're coming.
From Tom Bennett, for a gate entry system, how many homes and access codes per home?
I'll get that one right.
Yeah, so anything that has a keypad on it can do at least 100 keypad codes, and those can be created and managed remotely. They can be set in schedules 7 days a week, half an hour increments up to I think a year in advance, but you can create those at any time. So 100 is the limit on some, and on the D11s, I believe those keypads go up to 1,000, which is like, you'll never even use that many, but it's there.
Got it.
And I think there's another question in this question that says how many homes, and there's no limit to homes, but I would say treat it as how many call buttons. So if you have one call button, that's probably a single home. If you have two call buttons, maybe that's a split driveway. 3 homes, once you get beyond that, maybe you're looking at a gated community. So typically we would treat kind of each unit, each home or each apartment as their own call button, their own user group, if you will.
Got it. Let's take a stab at Albert's question. Looks like an integration question. I'm on a new build project and have spec'd out the D21 series with a flush mount back. They are stoning the wall, and we already did the pre-wire and have a Cat 6 ran for the Doorbird. I would like to put the latest and greatest in, as they have not purchased all the equipment yet. What do you recommend?
Yeah, if you've already got the flush mount back box in there for the D21, that's what it sounds like. Flush with the flush mount string. If you've already got the flush mount back box in there, of course, install the D21. It's a great unit. It's our best seller. It's going to perform wonderfully. If you don't have a back box in there already, depending on the needs of the project, you could look at a D1101KH, which is going to have that little bit higher res camera on there. Yeah, that's probably what I recommend.
Cool. Albert follows it up, and Justin, you wanted to answer this live. We're integrating Control 4. Does the IP door chime work on Wi-Fi or only PoE?
It does both. It does both. So you have that flexibility, Wi-Fi or PoE.
David Perry, can you have multiple A1 1101 per station? I could see a few around the home.
I can see a few around the home as well, and there's no limit. So currently, right now, if you want to have 10, you want to have 20 connected to one single door station, you can do that with the indoor station. And the vice versa is true. The opposite is true as well. So if you want to have one indoor station connected to multiple door stations, you have that flexibility as well.
It's a white Doorbird power supply. So
what am I hearing in the background? Who's that?
You might be hearing tech support. My apologies.
Is that what it is? Okay, so you're live. Okay, we got it. Just, yeah. It's all good. Hey, let's answer Paul's question. RFID/FOB, how can it be configured? Any software?
That's a good question. So right now, our RFID tags are programmed through our app, but they're 125 kilohertz, 64-bit. So they're not the most common, but they're also not proprietary. So you could use any card that speaks those credentials with our system and vice versa. So you have to do it with our app using our door station. The thing about the RFID tags is you do have to be physically in front of them, within like a centimeter to tag it. And then, you have the phone in your other hand. So you do have to use our app. I hope that answers your question.
Justin, I think you're answering. Abel's there. Okay, then I'll take John. Thanks for the question. I've heard that Doorbird integration with MyQ garage doors is broken now. Is that true?
I'm not aware of that, to be honest. I could look into it and get back with you and find out more about MyQ.
Okay, John.
So currently the integration with MyQ is it's not an API integration like we have with Yale or August, where you're actually manipulating their lock through the Doorbird app. What the integration looks like, it's an app swap. So you would choose MyQ and it would open up the MyQ app on your device. Obviously not the most attractive thing. So yeah, that's probably more of the concern there with that question, I imagine.
Okay. Thank you. Todd has an interesting question. For surface mounting the D1101, can it be mounted at an angle to the surface? For residential, this capability can be critical, to get the camera pointing in the right direction.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry if I didn't spend more time on that, but we do have angle mounts, one that is like 45 degrees and one that's maybe 20, 25, 30 degrees to get it facing up. So absolutely, for the D1101V surface mount only. But yes.
Greg Miller, when is the flush mount wall station coming? Did we cover that?
It's coming soon. I'll just say soon. I'd like to see it beginning of next year, I think is realistic. Q1 would be awesome.
Eli, on the system that can replace a Doorking system, can you use the 2-wire Ethernet converter to get it onto the network?
If you do have some 2-wire in place that could be used, absolutely. The D1812 actually has room in the back of it for the receiver of that 2-wire converter. So we have designed it for this use. So absolutely.
Got it. I think David Perry's question with regards to the chime was getting answered. Do they all chime at the same time? Justin, were you covering that one? Let's clarify that for David.
Yeah, so it's going to be simultaneous. So if you got them in the kitchen, the attic, or downstairs, they're all hitting at the same time. Correct.
Eric, thank you. Does it work with ClairVision's NVRs?
I don't believe ClairVision is a partner of ours right now, but I'm happy to look into that. We're working with a few different NVRs right now, and we can reach out to them and make that happen if you think that's an integration worth pursuing. Sure, it's just not currently on our Connect page.
I would think that's obviously that you're going to find Claire in our Snap One partner stores. So yeah, I'd like to see where that progress has taken us, and
Awesome.
we can definitely draw attention that way.
And if I'm not mistaken, Claire is on VIF, right? On VIF compliant?
No.
Did somebody just answer that? I don't know.
If Claire is on VIF compliant, then it should work. Our door stations are on VIF, so
Let's get some
we'll obviously have
clarification on that.
to
Yeah.
test it, but based on that format, it should be fine.
Maybe Christine will pop in on that one. See if we can throw another expert at the guys. All right, Albert, do the door stations show up on the Control4 tablets, video and audio? We have 12 tablets going in this house. I'm assuming they do, just want to make sure.
Yeah, so audio and video, all the basic and then some Doorbird functionality is completely integrated with Control4. I would say it's like 95% of our functionality is available through those Control4 tablets, but audio and video, absolutely. And relay control and things like that.
Tom Bennett, thank you, buddy. He's kind of confirming yes, Claire, and yes, OnVIF. Jeff Franklin, are you going to update the chime station to something that's more louder or robust?
Okay. Chime station, the new indoor station might be a little bit more robust. It hasn't come up a whole lot, but I can certainly, use that feedback and see if we can expand on the volume capability there.
Go ahead, David. For the D11, for the D11 surface mount housing, can this mount? Sorry, guys. This can mount to some sort of pole, correct? That's probably the most common use.
Yeah. So if you were to look at the data sheet and look at the technical drawings you'll see there are pre-drilled gooseneck holes for a pedestal to be mounted, in that vehicular external format. So it is designed to mount to to a pole or whatnot that they might have.
Got it. David, again, well, with no third-party NVR, how does the video storage work through Doorbird?
Right. So the video clips for Doorbird, well, let me back up. With Doorbird, by default, you get still images. That's included for free. And then there's the optional upgrade for cloud recording. This cloud recording just stores small video clips on our servers, and they are available through your app, and you can hold and download them as needed. They're stored for up to 7 days. So they're not recorded locally. They're stored on our cloud, on our servers. So there's no hard drive in the Doorbird, or they're not stored on your phone either.
Thank you. Paul's question here, follow me, guys. Can Doorbird with fob model can use mesh network since the house is not hardwired?
So
can we field that one?
I saw the question here, and I don't I don't really understand it. I don't know if I have a solid answer. So if Paul, if you want to maybe clarify that a little bit, I'll try to get you an answer.
I think the question is, well, it's a fair question. So if there's an RFID reader on it, it's either D21 or an 1812. Neither of those units are Wi-Fi, so they would have to be hardwired. So when you think RFID, you think hardwire. Currently, yes. Hardwire only with RFID. Does that make sense? I think.
Yeah, detailing the 2 units, absolutely. All right, well, so we went through a barrage of that stuff. I don't know if we've missed anybody. Guys, great interaction there. And you know, from Justin, from your opinion, like kind of what you're fielding, these guys are in the field. They've got questions regarding the feature sets, obviously, and what to do in certain instances. Good stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely. No, the questions are good, and I can tell like we're thinking about specific projects in mind. I know CEDIA did not happen this year for us, and a lot of installers out there. So it looks like a lot of these questions have been piling up. So we're happy to answer them. I think maybe we have a little bit more time, Gary, to answer some more of these questions.
Keep them rolling, guys. We're here. We got another 10 minutes. Zach, you can chime in at all, looking at some of the reference questions that you had versus the slide deck that they're going to get.
yeah, absolutely. Let's see, did we answer this? Any compatible on-VIF surveillance system record Doorbird video to NVR? Yeah, so essentially anything looking for on-VIF will pick up our video stream. Yeah, I understand I thought the chime was very loud, but if it's not working in your environment, we can totally, use that feedback to maybe develop it further. So if you need to expand the available relays on the D11, there's the IO controller, which is that accessory with 3 relays in there. That model can just sit on the same network, and you can control those through the app. You can also trigger them using the EXT inputs on the Doorbird itself if you need to control the relays. So if you are leaving the property and you need like a push to exit button, that's typically what the EXT input on the door station itself is used for. I think that might have answered David Perry's question there.
I think Justin's just cleaning up some of that stuff anyway, but I think we did get to everybody.
Yeah, and if there's something we missed, we can follow up via email. But you're gonna get, I'll give you the slide deck, Gary, for everything we saw today, and those videos that we played are available on our support page. Yeah, I think I tried to do a good job of jumping around, covering a lot of things.
No, you are, absolutely. Here's one. How did Justin get to play his audio? And Zach, we couldn't. What is it? What was the deal? You shared the video? You shared screen the video?
Yeah, I shared screen the video, and I also clicked on the optimize for video and audio. So I don't know what was happening on Zach.
Zach, so that's our secret.
Fun sometimes. So
we'll do that at session 2. Well, I don't know if it had cool music or it had audio or actual like voice through it, but either way.
The music was so cool. It was just music.
Yeah.
It was so, we're gonna send everybody a link of the soundtrack. That's what
right on. All right, guys. We'll give these guys 5 minutes back if that's all of the questions. But fantastic interaction. And hey, let's do it again in 4 hours. That's the best case scenario, guys. We did not get to anything, no, which we did, but no, pass it to your team. You got 4 hours to get somebody else on there, register, and we'll be back here. I don't know if you guys knew that, but you're back here with me in 4 hours.
Yeah,
so get some work done in between, and we'll be back after lunch going, oh my God, where'd the day go?
Yeah, exactly.
We're here. Gary, we did have a few questions come in. One of these questions I think is super important because it highlights why we're so excited about the D1812. Matt's asking, just to clarify, does the D1812 call both the app and the existing telephone at the same time? And the answer is yes. So that's what we call a hybrid upgrade, because it is sending a call to the phones, smartphones, push notification, as well as simultaneously ringing the landline phone. So the guts of the Doorking, that setup to the analog phone in the home, is still there. It's still working, just adding on IP technology from Doorbird.
And it looks like David's got a couple follow-ups.
So there is a mounting. So David, in regards to mounting the A1101, there is a mounting plate that comes with that. And if you look at the data sheet for the A1101, you can see what the specs are, the dimensions for it, to get an idea of what that looks like.
And the chime just has 4 little eyelets in the back for screws. So the IO controller actually has a Wi-Fi antenna on it, Eli. So that can be used as a wireless relay trigger device. So technically, if you had the IO controller with the Wi-Fi antenna on it and it was getting, steady, significant bandwidth, and you have your phone and everything's, paired and hooked up correctly, you could wirelessly trigger those relays. The other thing, and so that's, the relay controller itself is actually wireless, but in any scenario, if you have the Doorbird app connected to your door station and your remote, you can trigger those relays, from your office or from the grocery store or wherever you are. So that's wireless on the phone end. So.
Awesome. I feel like we cleaned that up pretty well, but we definitely introduced the conversation, which was the whole intention today.
Yeah, I think it's the best.
There you go, Eli. Thank you again. All right, guys, everybody. Great panel today. Zach, super impressed with you, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
We got stuff in store for you with the Snap One organization. We'll get you out there live and everything else. Justin will be busy in Florida doing his thing. No, just teasing, but I expect nothing less with Justin's team. So thank you guys very much. Awesome job. Cool. We recorded this, get the slide deck. Everybody will get it in their inbox on Friday morning. Pass it to your team. We're going to go get some lunch. We'll be back here for another fresh session today at 2 p.m. West Coast. That is 5 p.m. for our tailgate, twilight session later on tonight. Get your questions ready. We'll be ready with a whole new set. We'll clear the slate and do this again. Zach, Justin, thank you guys so much. From all of us at the Snap One local stores, everybody's busy out there. I know it. Stay safe. If you need us for anything, hit me back. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks for the time.
Bye.